Most people believe that once you learn how to invest, you can just keep repeating the same strategy forever. But here's the truth. If you invest the same way at $100,000 as you do at $1 million, you'll probably never become a millionaire. Because the way investors think at $100,000, at $500,000, and at $1 million is completely different. And the surprising part? The very strategy that helps you grow at one stage can actually destroy your chances at the next. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which mindset you're in right now and how to level up.
1. The $100,000 investor. At the $100,000 level, the game is all about momentum. Investors here are still in offense mode. Every dollar feels powerful, because doubling $100,000 into $200,000 doesn't just grow wealth, it can rewrite your future. That's why the $100,000 mindset is built on one idea. Take calculated risks to accelerate growth. It's about leaning into opportunities with upside while building the discipline to avoid gambling. The smartest investors at this stage are obsessed with systems, not shortcuts. They automate contributions, so investing happens without relying on willpower. They reinvest every dollar of profit, compounding their gains instead of upgrading their lifestyle. They embrace volatility, understanding that downturns are buying opportunities, not exit signals. But here's the hidden trap. Confidence grows faster than the portfolio. A single hype-driven bet, a single all-in moment, and years of progress can vanish. That's the reality at $100,000. You can afford to be aggressive, but if you don't learn discipline now, you'll never reach the next stage. And that next stage, $500,000, flips the script completely, because suddenly it's not just about how fast you can grow, it's about how much of that growth you can actually keep.
The $500,000 investor. Now, once an investor crosses the $500,000 mark, the mindset starts to shift. At this point, the stakes feel heavier. Losing 20% isn't just numbers on a screen anymore. It's a down payment on a house, years of living expenses, or your kid's education. That's why the $500,000 investor begins to think in terms of balance, not just how fast wealth can grow, but how well it can be protected. The focus turns from chasing returns to building resilience. At this stage, the smartest move is to structure money into different roles. Core capital that stays safe and reliable, giving peace of mind no matter what markets do. Growth capital that still takes advantage of opportunities, but in a measured way. Cash reserves ready to deploy, so downturns become buying opportunities instead of emergencies. The discipline here is learning to say no. No to overextending into trendy assets. No to emotional decisions when the market swings. No to letting fear or greed dictate strategy. The biggest mistake at $500,000? Believing that what worked at $100,000 will still work here. Because protecting wealth becomes just as important as multiplying it. And that's where the real transformation happens. Once you understand how to balance growth with protection, you're finally on the path to the millionaire mindset.
The $1 million investor. Reaching the $1 million milestone changes everything. At this level, the question isn't just, how do I grow wealth? It becomes, how do I preserve it, scale it, and pass it on? The $1 million investor's mindset is defined by long-term strategy. Instead of measuring success month to month, they think in decades. Every decision is filtered through one lens. Will this choice still matter 20 years from now? That's why their focus shifts to three powerful levers: tax efficiency, using structures like trusts, charitable foundations, or advanced retirement accounts to keep more of what they earn; professional leverage, relying on advisors, accountants, and even AI-driven tools to optimize decisions at a scale where mistakes are expensive. And legacy building, ensuring that wealth creates opportunity not only for themselves, but for their family, and sometimes even for causes they care about. At this stage, the challenge isn't ambition, it's temptation. Exclusive deals, private opportunities, and high-risk investments suddenly become available, and saying yes to the wrong one can be just as damaging as the mistakes made at $100,000. That's why the millionaire investor often looks more conservative from the outside. But in reality, they're playing the highest-level game, designing wealth that survives them. And here's the irony. What gets you to $1 million isn't just money. It's the ability to evolve your thinking at every stage of the journey.
At the end of the day, building wealth isn't just about chasing the hottest stock or the latest crypto. It's about having a long-term mindset, controlling your spending, investing consistently, and staying calm when everyone else is panicking. Think of it this way. Your first $100,000 is the hardest. $500,000 feels like momentum, and $1 million is where true financial freedom begins. So here's the real lesson. Don't compare your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Focus on your own game plan, because wealth is built quietly, step by step, not overnight. If you got value from this video, make sure to hit like so YouTube knows this is worth sharing. Subscribe if you want more simple, no-fluff breakdowns of money, investing, and financial freedom. And tell me in the comments, which milestone are you aiming for right now? $100,000, $500,000, or $1 million? Because remember, your money should be working harder than you do.